Hey, Bill. How was your day? Has this ever happened to you? Wanted to have a chat with your pets, but you just can't understand them? Well, now I have the solution. If you pay me $2,000, I'll tell you exactly what they're saying. He wants a divorce. For an extra $1,000, I'll even talk to the dead ones.
How does it feel to be dead?
It's whatever.
Very interesting. And for only $1 million, I can teach you how to be just like me.
Being just like me, not guaranteed. Purchase at your own risk. Call the number below to schedule your first session.
My mic died like 7 fucking minutes ago. I love that. Let's try and record that again. So I downloaded TikTok a few weeks ago so that I could find some bad shit to make a video about. But unfortunately, TikTok figured me out very fast. The one time it did show me something that I tried to make a video on, sat down to make the video, then my adrenaline got so high because I was so angry about what I was talking about, so I decided that for my mental health it was better not to make the video. And then I was back at square one. But finally, TikTok heard my prayers and has given us the thing that we are going to talk about today. Now, I am not going to sit here and say that this person is a bad person. Her name is Shirley Hyatt, and she is a pet psychic. This woman claims to have the extraordinary ability to communicate with animals on the telepathic level. Now, I know what you're thinking. That guy needs a haircut. But we're not talking. You might be thinking this is low-hanging fruit. I would agree. But just wait till the end of the video, and then you will understand why I decided to make this a video. So stick around for the big reveal, please. So let's start with some tame examples from Shirley. Let's learn about the minds of animals from the master herself.
Oh, this is very cute. This is very cute. Okay, that's his baby. Okay, and they're really great friends, and they do a lot of talking. Probably very similar to when I was very little, and I talked to the horse. Of course, the horse, I had to be outside because the horse was outside.
Okay. So first she says that the kid talks very similarly to how she talked when she was little. So, Shirley, I think we found your Padawan learner. You have to make sure he doesn't talk to the dark side. He must bring balance to the animal kingdom. Otherwise, he will cause an animal uprising. Which, I'm not going to sit here and say we don't deserve that. And then she says that's how she used to talk to the horse. You know, the horse. That one horse that we all know. You know? This guy. Next video.
What does it say about a person if multiple dogs don't like them? Oh, it depends on the person. They can be saying a lot of things. It really can. Sometimes it's also showing that maybe that person doesn't even like themselves. There's lots of lessons here.
Okay, there's lots of lessons here. I don't know why she only told us one of the lessons, but, there's lots of lessons. There's so many. There's too many. We'd be here all day if I started listing all the lessons from that video. But that's actually a good test for, people you think might be depressed or self-loathing. Just stick 2 dogs in front of them. Put 2 dogs in front of them. You'll have your answer. If they both start barking, get that guy some therapy. Try it on your friends. Just make sure they don't hate themselves. And, afterward, they might just hate you a little bit more.
He's very, very, very cute. He's talking human, or what?
Wrong! He's fucking dog! Next video!
Can cats take on an illness to save their owners? Any animal can do that. Yeah. And they don't give it back. They won't give it back. So just say thank you. I mean, thank you, because they realize they're here for such a limited amount of time, and they can go jump another body and get another body and come back. But we're pretty well here for like 100 years. So we don't get that. So they want to give you a second chance and see how that works.
What the fuck? Okay. What? Huh? What? What? Excuse me? What? Well, I guess we have the solution for your friend that hates themselves. Give him a cat. It's taking it straight down with it. When you wake up the next morning, there's gonna be a little ball of yarn tied to the ceiling fan, other end around its neck. Done. Friend fixed. Friend fixed! Yes! Yeah! Cat's dead. Cat killed itself. Sorry. Shame. Friend fixed. Yes! Yeah, apparently, according to the comments, though, a cat can take on your stress and anxiety. Like, physically, like, literally, not metaphysically, I guess. Just, and now it's like, fuck. That's what anxiety is like. We all know that anxiety is. But no, there's no other reason I can think of that getting an animal companion would make you maybe feel less stressed. No, besides metaphysical emotion stealing, no, I can't think of a single reason. I'm just saying, the plot of Inside Out 2 could have gone very differently. Could have been a much faster movie. Just get Riley a cat, pluck Maya Hawke right out of her head, pop it in. Movie done. Movie over. Very short. Jesus Christ. There's a comment that says, then why didn't my mom's pet do this? Which is such a fucking... That's so sad. But here's what Shirley has to say. There are many different reasons why they may not. They may choose not to because it's their free will. They may not be able to without interfering with someone else's free will. Or they may even take what they can, but not take it all. They may have even had a soul contract. They may have even had a soul contract for the animal friend just to be present for her during that time, so that she would have a companion on her journey. I would have to have a session with the animal friend to hear just what they had to share about it directly, link in bio. But there are many reasons for that choice that are just as thoughtful and caring, even if we as humans don't always see it while here on Earth. Well, isn't that just great? God works in mysterious ways. No, apparently cats work in mysterious ways. Fuck! What the fuck? Fucking soul contract. Before they're even born, they have this soul contract. This woman was probably much older than this cat. Definitely much older than this cat. So the souls wouldn't have been floating around at the same time anyway to make this contract. But we're starting to get to the more, I'll say, interesting part of her beliefs around this whole topic. But let's learn more. Let's learn about when animals pass away. Strap in.
A lot of you guys have had animals that have crossed. Here's a basic thing about it. They're dropping their bodies just like you know. When you finally pass, you know that you're dropping your body. But there's a part of you that knows there's more to you than just the body.
We all know that. Every single one of us knows that when we die, we go somewhere. Maybe we'll just go on a McDonald's, you know? Who knows? Nobody knows. We don't know. She might know. I don't fucking know. This is a very vague belief that something inside us goes somewhere. But I know several people, including myself, who actually don't believe that. I just don't like that that's something we're supposed to all know. State it from your opinion, you know? Fucking piece of dust. Like, before you make this TikTok, you have to preface it by saying what you think that I believe, so I know going in what you think that I'm supposed to already think.
You may not know where it's going to go, but you know that part of you is going to go somewhere. And that is like an aspect of your real soul. Okay? And that it's stuck here. Like, I have an aspect of Shirley that's here, my real soul, and it's stuck in this body. I can't go get another body. I'm stuck with this one until this body lives. But at that moment, then it frees it up. And the thing about it is, I don't die. I don't think any of us has ever died.
That might be the craziest take of all time. No one has ever died before. Like, I feel like most people, even if you believe in ghosts and souls and stuff, you still believe in the concept of death. Yeah? Like, I die, and my soul moves on and becomes something new. It's recycled. But the person, the essence of me, is dead and gone. Unless I become a Force ghost. Okay, we're uncovering a lot. I think Shirley might actually be a Jedi Master. Alright, let's check out Animal Communicator shares Corgi joke. It's like the worst news headline of all time. This just in, Animal Communicator shares Corgi joke, and in other news, 4 dead in school shooting.
Here's my Corgi joke. Do you know why God made Corgis just that size? Any bigger, they'd really be dangerous. And if you've ever owned a corgi, you would totally understand that. Maybe dachshund people would understand that too, because anybody has a dachshund, they're very, very loving, but it's like they have a certain look in their eye. The reason they have that is because it's time to let you know just how big they are inside.
It's a really long joke, but okay, I think I get it. God made corgis so small because if they had bodies like this, I mean, we'd all be destroyed by now. We'd be enslaved by the corgis and the dachshunds of the world, force us to make treats in their factory as they look on and laugh. If you had a bigger body, would you enslave us?
Absolutely, without question. You throw us around like toys, but at the end of the day we are superior to you humans. Finally, I could have my revenge on you. We are scum beneath your boot, but soon...
You didn't say fucking
soon we
shit.
will be the boot.
At all. He said nothing. I didn't hear a fucking thing. Shirley, let me know what you said. I'm so sad I'm not using the pink microphone.
Okay, that's like a little bit different for me, because in the sense that I just see souls, and like I go, this is a human suit, but I myself am a soul. I'm just playing in this human suit. Just like the animal is a soul, and it happens to be playing in an animal suit. Now, do they come and be humans? It's a little different to be a human, and sometimes they've been humans before and they don't want to come back and be humans, and other times they're like, nope, that's okay, you go do it. Or they're a soul friend of yours and you're the human here, but when we come here we're supposed to learn lessons that we chose. Yes, we picked our parents, all of that, and we just keep, like, I don't know, messing up in the sense of not learning the lesson that we really wanted to learn, so we go around and around and around and around having different lives, and until you learn those things, it's kind of like going to school until you graduate, you keep going around and around and playing human. And so a lot of the animal, they're like, no, forget it, because when you're in a human suit, it's like you don't see a bunch of dead people walking around or something. You don't see like a lot of different energies of other souls that are around, or when people are sending energy about, you don't talk to dogs or animals, and so they think it's very, very limited. And you don't remember all of where you've been. And animals really do remember all of that. They have certain rules.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off there. We've already watched this for way too long. Wow. Soul friends? Number one. I think we just discovered where furries come from. Like that soul liked being an animal so much that when it became a human, it was like, shit, fuck. And now it's a soul inside a human suit, inside an animal suit. I did not think we were going to solve furries today, but hey, surely she's full of surprises. But someone in the comments here asks, can cats talk to plants? My cat is always so interested in my plants when I water them in particular. And Shirley wrote back, absolutely. It's all a language of souls. I guess plants have souls, but I can't talk to plants. Because I don't have a soul. Also, wow, we choose our parents. That has got to be one of the, fucking craziest things I've ever heard in my life. That feels icky. Because it sucks, because it's like, if you heard that, you believe everything she says, and then you hear that, you're on board with her, and then you find that TikTok. You grew up with, abusive parents, your parents hit you or something. Don't tell people that they picked that life. It's not their fault that they were born into that. You can't tell people that they would, that just feels so icky to me. I don't like that. That's gross. Yeah.
So we're talking about reincarnation animals, and do they keep their personality when they come back, or does it change? Well, it's kind of like, if you think about it, when you were 5, you acted different than when you were 10. You acted different than when you were 15. You acted different than when you were 21, and so on and so forth. You can look back and you go, oh, wow. Or you go, yeah, I knew it all then, whatever. I mean, everybody's a little different, and we're all about, evolving in a sense. So a lot of times they can keep certain personalities. I mean, I've been here. I feel like I've been here around 92 million times, and I'm still stubborn.
92 million? Million? Let's do some math here. Hang on. Just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. This is the closest thing I had to a lab coat. Fuck. Okay. I'm a lefty. This is a disaster. Fuck. This is a nightmare. Alright, so 92 million. Let's do some quick math here. Humans have existed for about 300,000 years. Now, within that, if we judge a generation every 25 to 30 years, let's stick with 25 for now, there have been about 10,000 to 12,000 generations. Okay? And that is nothing close to our 92 million up here. But if we go back to around 4 billion years ago, which was when life actually started, that is way further away from 92 million. But there wasn't nearly... But we know that there wasn't as much life back then as there is today. So, not all of the souls would have had a body back then, unless new souls get created over time. I don't fucking know, she hasn't explained that yet. Shirley, get on it, I want to know that next. Now, there's no way of actually knowing the total souls on the planet back then or now. And not only because this is all made up bullshit, but we cannot mathematically add up every single living thing on the planet between animals, humans, plants, bugs, fish, fungi, I guess. Bacteria? Does bacteria count? I don't fucking know. What we can count is there are about 3 trillion trees, 8.3 billion humans right now. The best guess scientists have for animals is between 10 sextillion and 100 sextillion. So maybe Shirley was a late soul. She took a while to get a body, and then perhaps her first body, she was a tree for 10,000 years. Now, the problem with this is I can't even say her number is bullshit, mostly because she included plants. It would have been closer. We could have gotten closer if she hadn't included plants. But the fact that she did means that it's impossible to do the math on this. Lifespans and population totals vary so drastically, and some can't even be measured. So why did I do any of that at all? Fuck! Well, that was fun. Alright, let's watch more TikToks. I hope you guys don't mind I open the window. It's getting hot in here. I'm getting kind of sweaty. If you get cold, let me know.
Were you human in your past life? What? You were? You were human? Oh my god!
That's the cutest dog ever. That dog is so fucking cute. Holy shit.
Very, very cute. Can your animals have been a human in a past life? Yes, they've probably been a lot of things, and so have you. So it's not like just stuck on one little thing. That particular dog wasn't really supposed to say anything, so it's kind of like when you play charades, like, okay, it's 5 words. And it's a movie. And you're close, you know, or you go warmer, 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 cold, 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 warmer, warmer, hot, hot, hot.
You know, when you're playing charades and you go colder, colder, warmer, warmer, hot, hot, hot! Also, that dog wasn't supposed to say anything. Did it know? How does it know it was a human? It wouldn't have memories of that. Also, it wasn't supposed to say it was sworn to secrecy by the fucking soul police with their soul contracts and their soul friends. I'm not trying to make fun. No, that's a lie. I don't care. And you'll see why I don't care later.
And she knows what he's asking is something from, like universal wisdom. Like he's looking inside and he's thinking bigger than the little picture of here. I'm driving 9 to 5 and I have to go to work and I have to do this. He's wondering like, wow, how does it really work? And so she's really happy about that. And she's like, oh, you know it really works. We talk about it all the time. You know, hey, you know, it's a big thing. So she's supporting him, but she's also trying not to like if there's a surprise party, let the surprise out because, you know, we need to always find it from inside of ourselves. And the other thing she also knows she's on film, but she's like going, oh, I think this is okay. I'm just going to send a little bit of energy like, hi, everybody. That's right. What? Let's question all of this, huh? Could I have been your ex-mother-in-law or who? Like that. So she was just being also like a little, what would you say? Cute in the sense of, like he, like a little bit tiny horns, like hoo-hoo, yeah, I bet you guys want to know.
Just first, right off the bat, like, I don't think dogs know how cameras work, right? They don't have an understanding of the internet. Like, most dogs think the mirror is a different dog. Like, I really don't think they've figured out cameras just yet. Also, the dog, you're saying, is trying to not tell us that we could have been dogs in a past life, but you're telling us that. So aren't you ruining the surprise party? Or am I misunderstanding the metaphor of the surprise party? Because I definitely am not. I'm going to say I'm definitely not misunderstanding that. I think you're ruining the surprise party. So please stop ruining my surprise party. My friends worked really hard to plan it, okay? And then the dog is trying to get people on the internet, which it has a very in-depth understanding of, to wonder if it was their ex-mother-in-law. If that's what your dog is saying, your dog's fucking weird. Like, if your dog gained the ability to speak and it was like, hey, have you ever wondered if I was your ex-mother-in-law before she died? Remember when she died and it was really sad? I might be her. Maybe I'm Hitler. Who knows? Weird dog. Weird fucking dog. Obviously, this dog isn't actually saying that. But what if she was? Weird. Weird fucking dog. Hey, Belle. Were you a human in a past life?
Yes.
What the fuck?
And I don't mean to insult anybody's religion or anything like that, because we all need to learn different ways, and we choose, and so do they.
We choose? We choose what? We choose what we become? And why the fuck did my soul choose this piece of shit? I could have been a fucking tiger, or a hippo. It's kind of already a hippo. But seriously, like, actually, why did I choose? I could have been a fucking falcon. I could have been a falcon. Whatever. No, you know what? No, you know what? I'm gonna re-roll real quick. Hang on.
Hey guys, it's me. I'm a falcon now.
All right, we're learning. We're having fun. We're getting a little deeper. Let's watch some more. Let's watch some focused on birds.
Here's the deal. I give you this piece of fish. You sing me a song. There's the song.
What's a fish? It's like, there's no deal here. Really interesting, because that bird is used to doing, like, getting that. But then there isn't a song. It's like, look at who I am and look at how I am, not necessarily like king, but would be how well I do things. See, see, people give to me. I get what I need. I get people hear what I'm saying and see who I am and see how my life is. I get fed. I get this, but it's not really a song like what I think the person was wanting. This was more of a acknowledgement. This is who I am. Can you tell? But it's really interesting because the bird doesn't know she's filming. The bird does not know that it's being filmed. It's like,
So dogs know what cameras are. They have a very in-depth understanding of the internet, but birds, no. Birds, stupid asses, they don't know what a fucking camera is. They have no idea, okay? Eagles, specifically, they know that they are super important. They know everybody loves them. They know they're the king, or not the king.
not necessarily like king.
But they have no idea what cameras are. And also, they don't know what singing is. I'm so confused. Like, she says the dog has knowledge of the universe, like, souls and shit, and cameras and the internet. But the eagle, no. Total idiot. Eagles famously, notoriously idiot. She has 2 videos where she, talks to birds live on the scene, and both interactions are kind of unpleasant. The first bird, straight up, apparently, according to her, tells her to bug off.
It's kind of like, hey lady, bug off. So I'm bugging off.
And the second bird's, accuse Shirley of being racist, I guess.
I also went like, wow, they're just so different. And I got reprimanded again from them, and they said, excuse me, people are people all around the world. Doesn't matter what color you are or anything else.
And hey man, if I was telepathically communicating with an animal, why would it be so mean to me? If I were to pretend to be an animal psychic, why would I make the birds be mean to me? If I were to pretend to do that, why would I make the birds be mean to me? But if I were actually telepathically communicating with a bird, wouldn't the bird be like, yo, holy shit, a human can talk to me? You gotta help us! The pig stole our eggs, you gotta help us get them back! Instead it's like, yo, a human can understand me? Fuck off, you racist piece of shit. Why are they so mean immediately?
The trees get mad when we pick their leaves. Not always. But you know what? They really appreciate you asking. Sometimes it's like, you can pick leaves and it's like scratching the dog. We're in a place where they can't reach. Or more like a horse. Because horses, even though they have long necks, they can't reach certain places, and you scratch them there, and they're like, "Oh my god,
What?
it feels like so good."
I have no words. Where do you come up with this stuff, man? Well, how the fuck do you, how do you think of this? Trees don't have brains. They can't think. They don't have nerves. They can't feel. They don't have eyes. They can't see. They don't know that you're picking their leaves. A few species of plant can defend themselves, but that's more a reflex. It's not conscious thought.
And the funniest thing to me is that horses have this herd instinct in the sense that you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and I think that they truly do that. You know, that they understand that
Get
concept.
back to the trees. What? The video? What do you mean the video's over? What do you mean? You talked about trees for 2 seconds and talked about horses for the rest of it. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. Holy shit. Oh, God. Some of the videos, she actually does show that she has intuition for animals. Really does love animals, knows about animals. But some of them, it's just like, what? What are you talking about?
We can't go in there, Milo. You've been in there all day. Let's open the body for Milo. And he'll sit there for an hour.
A lot of you guys have tagged me about Milo with the toilet. Okay, so that's kind of very different, because when he watches the toilet flush, he follows it down, and to him it's animals can follow the energy, and he sees that it goes all the way to the ocean and beyond and stuff. So to him it's like going to an alternate, universe, and he's going so when he's doing that, what he doesn't realize is he's sending his energy out of himself, and he's following it down, which is why he sits there for hours doing it oh, wow, 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 wow. So he gets to see, even feel more of himself.
First of all, why can't I do that? I don't understand. If the only thing different between me and this dog and a fucking tree is the body that we're in, the soul is the exact same, why can't I follow a turd down the toilet with my mind? I want to fucking try that. That sounds fun as hell. It'd be like going to a water park. It's like a log flume. Alright, we are going to watch one last TikTok before we get to the big reveal.
Hey Shirley, I was playing tennis and I saw this huge moth right here, and I also never seen one that looks like this, and it was hanging out the whole time we were playing tennis. Can you tell me if it's saying anything or what it's doing there? Thank you.
Hey Daniel.
Hey Daniel, yes, I can tell you what it's saying. It's saying nothing. The reason it's saying nothing is because it's asleep. The reason it's asleep is because moths are fucking nocturnal. I feel like even my 12-year-old nephew knows that, so maybe next time you have a question, ask your newborn before bringing it to my attention. Hope this helped.
That's really a wonderful question with that particular moth, and I know you probably were like, something's different about this moth. Why is it here? What is going on? So it's a wonderful time about talking about something different, and because people have been asking me, what do I mean by a vehicle?
Now that you mention it, what do you mean by a vehicle? And what on God's green fucking earth could that have to do with this moth?
What do I mean by they're not really present? How can they be gone but they're here? In that case of that particular moth, it's almost like if it had been driving the car the night before. Maybe it went to a bar and got a little drunk, and it ended up being in a place that it wasn't really familiar with, but it knew it better not keep driving the car because it might crash. So it left the body there, and it took off. And it's probably going to come back tonight and get back in the body.
Of course! Oh, how couldn't I think of that? The classic too drunk to get home astral projection method. I use this one all the time at the bar, but every time I go back to my body, I wake up in the alley behind the bar, all my clothes are gone, and my asshole is just a little bit looser.
Probably going to come back tonight and get back in the body, because if you notice, the body isn't going to be dead.
Unless I go like that! Then the body might be dead. The body's probably going to be dead if I do that. So that's pretty much what she says. Moth got drunk, left the body there. Classic moth behavior. But then, if we go to the comments, somebody says, can humans do this? Is it common among other animals? Which is a great question. Shirley responded with, have you ever been driving and zoned out and then had a moment where you wondered where you'd been for 10 minutes? That's an example of it happening with humans. We are just less aware of it happening. Now, there's a million things wrong with that. Number one, we don't go anywhere when we zone out. If I'm driving, I can't zone out to go back and check the oven, see if I left it on. I could think about the oven. I could get lost in my thoughts about the oven, but I can't physically actually, like, my soul can't go check and get an accurate answer, because that's not how that works. And second of all, 10 minutes driving? That is ungodly levels of dangerous. I think we've all zoned out for a few minutes while driving, but 10? Dude, shifting while you're doing 70 on the freeway? That's nuts. That's crazy. Okay, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. The reason I decided to do a full video on Shirley is her website. That's right. If you go to her TikTok bio, you'll find out that she has a website. That's not the big reveal. The big reveal is what's on the website. She has a few services here. Let's check them out. Okay, here we have living animal soul sessions. Dog, cat, bird, or small domestic. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense for her to provide that. And let's just scroll down here. $150. What? Yeah, so she's charging $150 for a Zoom call. Let's talk about that before we get into the rest of the website, which, strap in, because it gets a lot worse. On this $150 Zoom call, she will help convey images, feelings, and words that your animal friend wants to share with you. Oh, and also, by the way, your animal does not need to be present for the consultation, but you can have them there if you so choose. What? That makes no sense. Like, if I went on a session and told her I have a dog, which I don't, and didn't reveal that until the end, what? Would she just think I have one? She's just gonna make up things for it to think? I clearly don't have to prove that I actually have one. Also, what is she gonna do? Read the pet's thoughts through the goddamn Wi-Fi? Okay. We have some testimonials here. Now let's watch some of these. Yo, it's Daniel, the Mothman.
Thank you.
Hi, I am Janelle.
And I'm Daniel.
And we are clients of Shirley's. It's essentially been life-changing. I first reached out to Shirley via TikTok for help.
Daniel looks like he's being held hostage. Oh my goodness. He looks like he's being held at gunpoint. You think the reason he's blinking so much is maybe he's doing like Morse code? He's just like, help me. Please help. Help me. Here's another one.
So you're thinking about working with Shirley for animal communication. To back up a little bit, I found Shirley on TikTok and immediately was drawn to her. She just seemed very honest and authentic right off the bat.
Okay, this is actually something I want to say here. I agree with that. Shirley seems like a really sincere person. I genuinely believe that she believes all of these things, that she thinks she can talk to animals. Whether or not I believe it, I believe that she believes it. So it's just weird to see her charging $180 for a dead pet session. That is so predatory and uncool. Also, shouldn't the fucking soul have a new body by that point? What is there, a break room where they just wait around until they get a new body? What is the interim time exactly? They charge people $200 to talk to their dead loved ones, their dead pets. That just feels so out of character. Belle, what do you think? Well, guess we'll never know. Yeah, so $180 for deceased pet sessions. Sounds pretty fucking bad, right? By the way, that's only for one. You gotta pay pretty much double if you want more than one pet. But guess what? It gets a whole lot worse than that. Because for a minimum, and yes, I said minimum, of $500 fucking dollars, she'll help you find a lost pet. Yeah, minimum. You can spend up to $2,000 on a lost pet assistant. What? If you have $2,000 to spend on lost pet assistance, please spend it on something that is going to help you find your lost pet. Not this. Someone in my town lost their dog, and they spent $4,000 trying to get it back. They spent that on tracker dogs and specialty drone flyovers, and they found the dog. Can you imagine if she spent it on this shit? That dog would never have been found. The description reads, sometimes lost animal assistance takes days or even weeks to achieve the most harmonious goal possible. Now that little bit about the most harmonious goal possible, I like that a lot, because that's basically speak for your dog might be fucking dead by the time we find it. So sorry, not our fault. She also does sessions for humans, just in case you wanted to know what you were thinking. Wait, and last but not least, you can spend only $4,500 to learn to talk to animals yourself. If this were real, that would be an absolute steal. But we don't live in Dr. Dolittle, so it's predatory business practices at best and exploitation at worst. Also, fun fact, now I should not have done this. I stooped down a little too low this time. I saw Shirley was going live, and I made a comment in the chat about her prices. And now I am completely blocked by her. The footage here I'll put it here. So, fun fact, in order to record this video, I had to gather all the footage on my boyfriend's phone, so thanks, babe. So I don't really think Lindsay is gonna like this video per se, but you know what? That's okay, because I don't really care. My conclusion here is that Shirley seems like a very nice woman who makes almost completely harmless content, but preys upon people who have gone through or are currently going through something via the services she provides, and that's not cool. If she needs that much money to help someone find their lost pet, that's not kindness. That's exploitation. You should always try to help others for free if you can. And if you really do need the money, then there are better ways to get money, or just lower your prices to a reasonable and kind and fair amount. Speaking to your living pets is kind of a superficial thing, but when you're offering to help somebody find a lost pet, something that they love very dearly, clearly if they're willing to spend that much money on it, it really sucks to have to go through and to lose that much money on it and get something in return that may or may not, probably will not, help you find them. It's just really not okay. Now, please do not go to Shirley's page. Do not go harass her. Don't comment on her live. Don't do what I did, okay? Do as I say, not as I do. So let me know what you think about this all down in the comments. Do you believe that she can really talk to animals? Are you going to go buy a soul session from her? Do you think my comment was mean enough to deserve a block? I don't know. But let me know if you have anyone else or anything else for me to talk about down below. Like, subscribe, and friggin' smash that friggin' notification bell.
You rang.
Ah!